Unicom ERP is a complete ERP solution, including accounting, purchase, sales, inventory management, manufacturing, fixed asset management and all other necessary functions required for a business organization. One of the tasks of accounting is to record the transactions related to accounts payable. Accounts payable are the amounts that a company owes to its suppliers or vendors for the goods or services that it has purchased on credit. The Accounts Payable module in Unicom ERP allows users to manage all aspects of supplier and employee transactions in the software. Important functions: supplier creation, daybook and control accounts, purchase posting, payment voucher from purchase order screen, payment voucher screen, payment voucher settlement, debit note, credit note. Aging. The first step in this module is to create a supplier record in the ERP system. To do this, users need to navigate to the Business tab, then select Parties and Supplier. This will open the Supplier Creation History screen, where users can see the details of existing suppliers and add new ones. This screen allows the user to perform various operations on the suppliers. The user can create a new supplier by clicking the Add New button at the top. The user can also delete an existing supplier by clicking the Delete button, but this option is only available if the supplier has no related transactions in the ERP system. The user can edit the information of an existing supplier by clicking the Edit button from the History screen. However, before editing, the user must select the supplier from the list by clicking the checkbox on the left side of the History screen. The History screen also provides two other useful features for managing the supplier list. The first feature is the Print option, which allows the user to print the list of visible suppliers on the screen. This can be helpful for keeping a physical record of the suppliers or sharing the information with others. The second feature is the Upload Excel file option, which enables the user to import multiple suppliers into the system at once using a formatted Excel file. This can save time and effort for the user and ensure consistency in the data entry. To upload supplier data into the system, the user needs to follow these steps. 1. Go to the History screen and click on the Upload Excel file button. This will take the user to a new screen where they can upload an Excel file with supplier information. 2. On the Excel upload screen, the user can download a template Excel file by clicking on the Template button. The template file contains the basic information required for creating a supplier in the system, such as company name, contact name, email, phone, fax, address, zip code, country, credit period, credit limit, tax registration number, currency, and state. 3. The user should fill in the template file with the supplier information. The company name and state are mandatory fields, as they are used to create the supplier and generate the CGST and IGST invoices based on the state code. 4. After filling in the template file, the user can upload it to the system by clicking on the Browse and Upload Excel file buttons on the Excel upload screen. The uploaded data will be shown in the Supplier History screen. To create a new supplier in the ERP, user can use the Add New button from the History screen. This will take user to a new screen where user can enter the detailed information of the supplier. Some of the fields are mandatory, such as company name, primary, company name, secondary, country, state, price list, tax registration number, and e-commerce GSTN. These fields are important for generating accurate invoices and tax calculations. For example, the state field determines whether IGST and SGST are applicable in the invoice, based on the state code. The GSTIN field is required if the company has e-commerce functionality and is liable to collect tax at source, TCS, under Section 52 of the CGST Act. This means that an e-commerce operator has to collect and deposit tax at the rate of 1% on each transaction made through its platform. The price list field specifies the item price that will be displayed on the purchase screen after selecting a particular supplier in the purchase order screen. To modify an existing supplier in the ERP, user can use the History Screen Edit button. When user click on the Edit button, screen taken to the same screen that you used to add a new supplier. However, in this case, the screen will be pre-filled with the current supplier's information. User can make any changes user want and then click on the Update button to save them. The Update button will replace the Insert and Insert New buttons that appear when you are adding a new supplier. BP stands for Business Partner in Unicom ERP, which is a term that refers to a set of sub-ledger accounts that handle the financial transactions of the company with different entities, such as suppliers, customers, or employees. These sub-ledger accounts are used to simplify the accounting process and reduce the number of ledgers in the balance sheet and trial balance. Instead of showing individual entries for each entity, the sub-ledger accounts are grouped together and only one entry for each group is shown in the balance sheet and trial balance. This entry is called a control account in Unicom ERP, and it is automatically created and linked to the corresponding sub-ledger accounts when the company is set up. During the company setup, the user has the option to select a default chart of account, which contains the predefined control accounts for suppliers, customers, and employees. Daybook is a feature of ERP system that allows users to manage different types of daybooks, such as journal voucher, bank, cash, supplier, customer, and employee daybooks. These daybooks store the transactions and entries related to each category. Users can customize by editing the control accounts of supplier, customer, and employee daybooks through the daybook screen. This option is available when users choose to upload their own chart of accounts instead of using the default one during the company go-live process. Users can also access detailed reports of sub-ledger entries for each category, such as supplier customer statement, aging report, and so on. When a company posts a credit purchase order to the ERP system, it means that it has received the goods or services from the supplier, but has not paid for them yet. The ERP system will generate an entry that debits the purchase account and credits the accounts payable account. This entry reflects the increase in the company's expenses and liabilities. A cash purchase order, on the other hand, does not require any supplier entry in the ERP system, because it is paid for at the time of delivery. The only effect of a cash purchase order is on the cash daybook and the cash account of the company, which show the decrease in the company's cash balance and assets. The ERP system allows the user to choose between two accounting methods when company setup, Anglo-Saxon and INDAS, Indian Accounting Standard. These methods differ in how they treat discounts, returns, and taxes on purchases. In this document, we will focus on the entries generated by the INDAS method. There are two ways to post a credit purchase in the system, from the direct purchase order screen or from the partial purchase order screen. The direct purchase order screen allows the user to post all the details of the purchase, including the inventory stock, to the ERP system. The partial purchase order screen only posts the supplier control account and the purchase order account. After posting, the user can access the finance information from the customer/supplier statement report and the posting information from the ledger account statement report under the specific supplier control account. The entries will include credit subledger and its control account, which are set up in the daybook, and debit purchase account for the entry. The entry with purchase account will all be divided into GST and purchase account based on whether the PO items are under GST or not. To post a payment voucher for a posted purchase order, the user can access this option from the purchase order screen without navigating to another screen. This option is only available for posted purchase orders. The user needs to select the business, then the purchase order from the menu. Then, the user needs to view the purchase order history screen and select one posted purchase order. The View option is only enabled for posted purchase orders. After clicking on the View option, the user can choose the payment option from the list of actions and click on Go button. This will create a system-rated payment voucher entry with same purchase order amount. One way to create a direct payment voucher is to go to the Direct Payment Voucher screen. To access this screen, click on Business, then Parties, and then Payment Voucher from the menu. This will take you to the Payment Voucher History screen, where you can see all the payment vouchers that have been created using this screen. On this screen, you have several options: Add New, Delete, or Upload Excel file. To edit an existing payment voucher, click on the Edit icon on the corresponding row. To upload multiple payment vouchers from an Excel file, click on the Upload Excel file option. Open a new screen where you can download a template Excel file with the required fields for the upload. The fields are BP Group, JV Date, Payment Account, Payment Mode, Payment Date, Business Partner, Cost Center, Narration, and Amount. For suppliers, the BP Group should be 20. The other fields are self-explanatory. After filling out the Excel file, you can upload it to the system by clicking on the Browse and Upload Excel File buttons. To create a new payment voucher manually, click on the Add New button on the Payment Voucher History screen. This will open a new screen with a form where you need to enter the relevant information for the payment voucher. Select the supplier BP Group from the list and enter the date. Select the payment account and payment mode. If you choose check as the payment mode, you will also need to enter the check number and check date. Cost Center is a mandatory field. You also need to enter a narration and an amount. After entering all the details, click on the Insert button. This will create a new payment option to settle an invoice. The ERP system allows the user to settle a purchase order with a payment amount, either fully or partially. A partial settlement means that the user can pay a fraction of the total amount and distribute it among multiple purchase orders. The remaining balance will be paid in the next payment voucher. The settlement screen will only show the outstanding amount of the purchase invoice that needs to be settled. The user can make payment through the purchase order screen, which will record the full settlement of the selected purchase order. After completing the settlement, the user has to post the entry by clicking on the Action button and choosing either Post and Print or Post and New options. This will update the subledger of the specific supplier and the ledger of buyer and the ledger of the corresponding control account. The user can check the changes in finance through the customer supplier statement or the ledger account statement. Debit credit note are usually issued when there is a change in the original invoice amount due to some reason, such as a return of goods, an error in calculation, or a discount given. A debit note is issued by the buyer to the seller when the buyer returns some goods or claims a refund for some reason. The debit note reduces the amount payable by the buyer to the seller. A credit note is issued by the seller to the buyer when the seller reduces the amount charged to the buyer for some reason. The credit note reduces the amount receivable by the seller from the buyer. Unicom ERP provides a convenient way to record debit/credit notes for various transactions. You can access this feature by choosing Parties from the business menu and then selecting Debit/Credit Note option. This will take you to the Debit Credit Note History screen, where you can perform different actions, such as adding a new entry, deleting an existing entry, or upload an Excel file. You can also edit unposted entries or view posted entries from this screen. To create a new record for a debit credit note, select the Add New option, which will take you to a new form where you can fill in the details of the debit credit note. Select the business partner group that you want to enter the voucher for. You can choose from different groups based on your business needs. Choose the corresponding group that matches the business partner group. This will filter the available business partners for the voucher. Select the business partner ID that you want to issue the debit credit note to. You can also search for the ID by name or other criteria. Select the account that you want to use for the debit credit note. The account should be compatible with the business partner group and the corresponding group. Enter any remarks that you want to add to the voucher. The remarks can help you keep track of the voucher details and purpose. Choose whether the entry through the group is GST applicable or not. This will affect the tax calculation and reporting for the voucher. Enter the amount for the debit credit note. Click on the Line Insert button to create a new entry for the debit credit note. You can repeat this process to add more entries if needed. You can enter settlement information for a specific business partner in the Lines section of the screen. To do this, you need to section at the far right of the line screen that corresponds to the business partner you want to settle with. If you want to cancel the settlement option, you can click on the orange button in the header of the line settlement section. To post the entry, the user has to select either Post and Print or Post and New from the Action button list. Then, the user has to click on the Go button. This will create debit credit note entries in the subledger and the corresponding control account entries in the main ledger. The user can view the financial transactions by using the Customer Supplier Statement Report or the Ledger Account Statement of the relevant control accounts. A supplier customer statement is a document that shows the transactions between a specific customer or supplier and the business. It includes the date, amount, and description of each entry, as well as the current balance owed or due. You can access it from the Report menu by choosing Finance and then Supplier Customer Statement. You can filter the report by parties group, customer or supplier, individual supplier, or customer name and date range. This will display the information for the specified period and party. A supplier customer aging report is a document that shows the outstanding invoices of a company's suppliers and how long they have been due. It helps to monitor the cash flow and identify any potential risks of late payments or defaults. It helps the company to monitor the credit risk and the cash flow of their business. The report usually categorizes the balances by the number of days that they are overdue, such as 0 to 30 days, 30 to 60 days, 60 to 90 days, 90 to 120 days, and over 120 days. A customer aging report is an important tool for managing the accounts payable.